Welcome to you. My name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. Today I'm going to tell you why I'm not interested in the Sarah Jessica Parker Fendi Baguette or the Tiffany and Fendi collaboration. So many people have reached out to me on Instagram and in comments on my videos asking, what are your thoughts? Are you going to buy one? Which one do you want? And I've had to individually respond many times and say, yeah, no, it's just not for me. So I wanted to make a video to tell you why. So let's talk about the Sarah Jessica Parker baguettes. So Meredith and I did a review of the September 10 runway show where the September 10 runway show where Fendi launched a lot, gave us a preview, I suppose, of a lot of the pieces that were going to be coming for cruise and to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Fendi Baguette. There was also the Marc Jacobs collaboration. So there's quite a lot going on with that particular runway show. We did quite a comprehensive video on all of the looks, and I think I said something like Sarah Jessica Parker should stick to shoes. I'm not a fan of the Sarah Jessica Parker baguette, and I will tell you why. If you love it, good for you. Like, we all like different things. I don't like the fact that the sequins look to be like snake. The ombre sequins, don't get me wrong, I think being able to create a bag like that, whether the sequins are ombre or whether the silk bag underneath is ombre, I don't know. I've not seen one close up, but it's very special how they've been able to create that effect. But for me personally, I just don't like that shiny kind of snaky texture. When I see snake or a laugh, like a water snake, I prefer it to be in a matte texture. So I guess one of the first things that I can articulate about why I don't like it is because it's sequins that look like snake scales and it's shiny. And I'm just not for that texture. The next thing that kind of, I guess is not to my liking are the buckles. Now, I think a lot of people have talked about the fact that they really love the striking contrast of the baguette that Sarah Jessica Parker wore to the runway show, which was the purple baguette, but she had a green buckle on it, or at least it had the green enamel inlay, and that contrast was quite appealing to a lot of people, and absolutely it caught my eye. But the baguettes, they don't come with the contrasting buckles. They do come with different enamel inserts as well as the outer buckle, and I'm putting footage up here as I speak so you can see it, but not the green with the purple. So that was another reason. And that was pretty much it. Now, this was before I heard of the astronomical price that these baguettes are going for, and I come to price last because if I loved that baguette, I would have paid the price, and in Australian dollars they're sitting at around 11,000 Australian dollars. And I happen to know, because I have done a Fendi made to order, that the buckles that you can purchase to complement your made to order are quite expensive. So the buckle that I have chosen to go on my made to order baguette trunk is $2,200 on its own. So you might argue that it's good value to purchase this baguette and have different interchangeable buckles. Also, you're getting the one of a kind, it's not a bag, it's a baguette packaging. And you're getting a very special collaboration from, you know, I guess the city and one of the characters and the woman that played the character that made the baguette such a moment in the late 90s. So, you know, I can feel the nostalgic attachment to it, and that's why I don't begrudge anybody for buying into it. But for me, it's just, there's a few aesthetic things that just don't draw me in. So the baguette, if you are interested and you're a bit late to this party, it comes in the purple, the green, a blue, and like a corally reddy pink. It's an interesting colour. I was going to say weird. It's not weird. It's an interesting colour choice to include in that capsule, I think. And of course Australia did not get the purple, and that's pretty much the only one that most people were interested in if they were going to be buying that one. And I've had a lot of essays reach out to me offering me the blue and the green because I assume they're in good supply. Now the Tiffany baguette. Why was I not interested in the Tiffany baguette? The only version of the Tiffany baguette that I was interested in was the one that's, I think, $144,000. It's made of crocodile and it actually has baguette diamonds in the FENDI buckle. I think that that is just a piece of art. It is absolutely spectacular. And I can't imagine in this lifetime ever being able to spend that kind of money on something just to look at. Then we come back to the next models, which have just launched in January 2023. If you're watching this video at some later date, we have the satin regular baguette. Also comes in a nano baguette, and we have the leather regular baguette, also comes in a nano baguette. My friend Meredith from Living Luxe with Meredith recently unboxed the satin regular baguette. She chose satin because it is so luxurious, and Tiffany is a very luxurious brand. In terms of the satin, or let's go to why I didn't choose to buy into Tiffany. Number one, I don't really have a brand affiliation with Tiffany. I'm not a huge lover of Tiffany jewellery and designs. I don't get that ba-bump in my heart when it comes to Tiffany. Interestingly though, today I am wearing a bangle by Tiffany that has a couple of diamonds in it, and I'm also wearing, and I always do, wear this Tiffany lock. Both were gifts and both have a lot of meaning to me because they were gifts, but personally I'm not a huge fan of Tiffany. Secondly, despite that, the colour of the baguettes, it's not a colour that I wear. You can look around me and see my colour palette. It's just too I don't know, it's not a colour that I find works for me, and so if I don't like Tiffany and I don't like the colour, I probably don't have to go any further. The things that I do love about these pieces though is how cleverly the buckles have been designed to highlight the collaboration between Tiffany and FENDI. I think that's really sweet. I love the return to Tiffany little medallion that accessorises the regular baguettes, and the chain on the nanos looks like silver bracelets that you can buy from Tiffany. I think they're really lovely touches. I think the packaging is really spectacular, and for anybody who is a FENDI lover, a Tiffany lover, and a lover of that beautiful Tiffany blue, then it's a match made in heaven. For me, it's just not. And it's kind of a relief to be able to put those two rather expensive and hard to find pieces to one side and say, it's not for me. I don't have to be a part of that craze. Yeah, because I've been a part of quite a few crazes, and it can get really exhausting and very expensive. So they're the reasons that I haven't bought into these two major collaborations. Obviously, we're still waiting to see what comes from the Marc Jacobs collaboration. I hear that there is going to be a drop potentially at the end of this month, potentially February, potentially there'll be some more coming in May, June, July. Who knows? It's a mystery. We'll be told that they're super exclusive and there's none of them, and then there'll be more drops and we'll be able to get our hands on them and wonder why we went crazy in the first place. But there's a couple of pieces that I want from that collaboration. I have no confirmation they've even been made. And the pieces that I want are the sparkly FENDI baguette that Marc Jacobs has featured on his own Instagram. It was on the Runway in a mini size, and that's the one that I want. I also really like the baguettes that are embossed, I'm going to say, in like a white denim. They're really cool as well. Totally impractical, but yeah, there's only one that's on my list, and that's the sparkly one. Any others that I see that take my fancy could well be up for grabs, but until they are actually released and we even know what Australia is going to receive, it's just a pipe dream. What do you think about the Sarah Jessica Parker and the Tiffany collabs with Fendi? Did you secure a piece? Do you love them? Are you yearning for one? If so, what colour and what material? If you went for Tiffany, did you go for silk or leather? Also, I'd be interested to know what you've got your eye on in the Marc Jacobs collaboration as well. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to see you back here for more. I put out videos on Wednesdays and Sundays and sometimes some extras. So I will see you in the next one. Ciao!